Dear students, today we are going to start with the prose part of the text, and the first prose piece is A Deed of Bravery written by Jim Corbett. As usual, whatever we have done in the poetry, the same order we are going to follow in the prose part also. We start with the introduction to the author first, which will help us understand the literature written by the author. Now here the author of this prose piece, that is a Deed of Bravery, is written by Jim Corbett. So we are going to start with the introduction to the author Jim Corbett. To begin with, his full name is Edward James Corbett, and his period was between 1875 and 1995. He was born of British ancestry in the town of Nainital, the Kumaon of the Himalaya. It is now in the state of Uttarakhand. He grew up in a large family of 16 children. Eighth child of Christopher William Corbett and his wife Mary Jane was none other than Jim Corbett. His parents had moved to Nainital in 1862, and Jim Corbett was very much known for his hunting and being a conservationist. So he was a British hunter, conservationist, author, and a naturalist as well. He had hunted man-eating tigers and leopards in India, and he was also a colonel in the British Indian Army, and he was frequently called upon to kill man-eating tigers and leopards. So much well known he was for the hunting of the tigers and leopards. And he had authored Man-Eaters of Kumaon, Jungle Lore, and many other books. He had not only written prose pieces like A Deed of Bravery, which is a short prose piece, but he had written bigger literary pieces as well, like Man-Eaters of Kumaon and Jungle Lore, and many more books. And his books were related to his hunts and his experiences while hunting. And he became a passionate photographer as well, an added skill for Jim Corbett. He strived to protect India's wildlife as a naturalist, and he played a key role in creating National Reserve for the endangered Bengal tiger. His mother was very influential in Nainital. She became a kind of real estate agent for European settlers, and his father, he retired from the post of postmaster in 1878, and his father died a few weeks after a heart attack on 21st April 1881, and Jim was then aged 6. When his father died, he was only 6-year-old boy, and Tom was his eldest brother. And he was fascinated by the forests and wildlife from a very early age. He learned to identify most animals and birds by their calls. So it shows that he is very sensitive and sensuous towards the nature and the inhabitants of the nature. Now over time he became a good tracker and hunter as well. He studied at Oak Openings School, and he also quit school before he was 19. He became a fuel inspector in the Bengal and Northwestern Railway at Manakpur, Punjab. He also worked as a contractor for the transshipment of goods. He started a school for the railway staff at Mokama Ghat, and he tracked and shot a number of leopards and tigers, about a dozen well-documented man-eaters. He provided estimates of human casualties in his books. He has given a detailed explanation about his hunting experiences. According to Corbett's accounts, these big cats killed more than 1,200 men, women, and children. first man-eating tiger he called the Champawat tiger, which was responsible for an estimated 436 documented deaths. Now, he also killed tigers without confirmation of them killing people. He dedicated his book, My India, to my friends, the poor of India. He writes, it is of these people who are admittedly poor and who are often described as India's starving millions, among whom I have lived and whom I love, that I shall endeavor to tell in the pages of this book, which I humbly dedicate to my friends, the poor of India. And he has this kind of affinity towards poor people, towards animals, towards nature. This is a kind of personality Jim Corbett has, and he is skilled in different aspects of life. There is a Jim Corbett National Park, a park named after him. A national park, this is a national park in Uttarakhand. He used his influence to persuade the provincial government to establish this park, and it was established as Hailey National Park in 1936. The first name of this park was Hailey National Park. It was in 1936, and it was renamed Ram Ganga and eventually changed to Corbett in 1957 in the memory of Jim Corbett. So it's now called Jim Corbett National Park. Now, Man-Eaters of Kumaon is one of the books that he has written, which has found a great success in India, the United Kingdom and the United States also. The first edition of this book of the American Book of the Month Club being 250,000 copies. Now, the first edition of this book in the American Book of the Month Club, they found a great success of so many copies being sold out. Now, this book was translated into 27 languages. So, this shows his skills not only in writing but the expression of his experiences in this particular book. It was also made into a Hollywood film, and it was made in 1948. So just imagine, his book was considered for movie making in Hollywood in 1948. So that was the rate of success of this book. His fourth book, Jungle Lore, is considered as his autobiography. So this way he has become a good writer also. He is a hunter, he is a photographer, he is a writer. So there are different skills which define the person Edward James Corbett. Rather, we call him Jim Corbett. So we know him as the readers, we know him with the name Jim Corbett more than Edward James Corbett. And he left for Kenya in November 1947, and his house was transformed into the Jim Corbett Museum after he left us. Choti Haldwani, a village he adopted, came to be known as Corbett's village. So the village which he had adopted was called Corbett's village. He built a wall around this village to keep wild animals out of the premises, where he could protect the inhabitants of this village. He died of heart attack after he finished his sixth book, Treetops. This is all about the author Jim Corbett. I hope this introduction is sufficient for us to understand his prose piece, A Deed of Bravery, which we are going to take up in the next session. Thank you very much.